all right, I'm thinking about buying a house. How much money do I have to come up with out of my pocket before I move into the house? Let me tell you what those costs are. First things first, you're going to find a real estate agent that's going to show you properties. You're going to find a lender that's going to pre-qualify you. You're going to connect your lender and the realtor so that they know what is going on exactly, okay? How much you can afford, how much you want to pay, how much money you have for down payment. Do you have money for closing costs? All these different things. Those people work closely together, okay? So once you've done that, now you need to go out and find a property. You find a property at $200,000, you are going to need at least $2,000 for an earnest money deposit. In some states, they have an administration fee, which is basically for doing the paperwork, because they have a lot of people from out of town coming in and buying investment properties, and they get there and they look at it and say, oh, I don't want to buy it, and they walk away. So they would lose that administration fee. So every place calls it something different. I'm licensed in 17 states. Everybody calls it something different. But at the end of the day, you have an earnest money deposit, and sometimes you have an additional fee just for writing the contract at all that would be non-refundable. So talk to your agent and your lender about that. So if you do get your contract ratified, that earnest money deposit, typically 1% of the purchase price, $200,000, $2,000 earnest money. You give that to the title company will cash that check and they will hold it. If for any reason you go through with your entire contract and at the end of the day you just say, hey, I'm not willing to buy this house, then what would happen is you would lose that earnest money deposit, and then the seller can even come after you and say that you caused them damages because let's say they buy another house and they set up movers and they move everything out, and then you decide not to buy their house. You could find yourself in court. So this is why you want to involve a knowledgeable lender and a knowledgeable real estate agent. Make them work together to protect you. So now that you've written your earnest money deposit, you've went through the process. The first thing you're going to do is a home inspection. That's going to cost you between $400 and $600. The home inspector is going to go to the property. They're going to go through it for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. You get to be there, and they're going to give you a detailed report of everything that doesn't work. Light bulbs, wiring, attic is messed up, roof is leaking, ground saturation around needs to be drained. The driveway has cracks in it. The light switch is cracked. Everything you can imagine, that home inspector is going to try to find it for you. If they miss something after settlement, you cannot go back to the home inspector and say, hey, you told me this worked fine and it doesn't work fine. You're just hiring them to give you the best knowledge that they can. They're not liable for anything. So a lot of people think that they're liable for something. They are not. Next, you get through the home inspection. If it has a well, you're going to need to do a well inspection to make sure the water is good. If you have a septic, you're going to need a septic.